Hi guys, how you doing? It's me, Sam. I thought I'd do a video today talking about high action. Now I think it's quite well documented that most people tend to prefer lower action because it makes playing regular notes a little bit easier. But I thought I'd put together a list of 4 reasons why some people, including myself, tend to prefer their action a little bit higher up. So hope you enjoy. Okay then, so the first reason is it can make string bending easier. Before I get into this, let me just get a second camera rolling here. I've got my phone, going to sync it up in the style of Chappers. There we go. So first of all, let me show you how high my action is. You see there's a fair amount of movement there. And notably, it's not stupidly high. It's not like I can't actually push it down. So as a bit of a comparison, there's my favourite little jazz pick. So you can see that there is some movement there. So string bending, let me just switch hands here. In order to do a string bend, if I give you a bit of a close-up on my left hand here, in order to do a string bend, you've got to push the other strings out of the way. Okay? Otherwise they're going to go under and you're going to hear those strings. So I don't know if you can see here, but I'm actually bending the B string and I'm pushing it and getting the G string out of the way. Now of course having the higher action makes it easier to manoeuvre that G string up and out of the way, so that really helps me out. Okay, and of course, you know, in the same breath as string bending, you've got vibrato. Same idea. You don't want that G string to sort of go underneath and make contact with the fret because you'll hear it that way. So there's the first one, string bending for me. I think for other people like Stevie Ray Vaughan notably had high action, and Yngwie Malmsteen, you know, it makes a lot of sense for that kind of technique. Okay, sustain. It's so important. You know, when you're playing a lead, you want to be able to let those notes ring out for large amounts of time. You know, to quote Nigel Tufnell, you want to go have a bite and still be hearing that one. Now the higher your action is, the less that string is going to be bouncing against the fretboard. And if it does bounce against the fretboard, that's going to stop the sustain. So I think Yngwie Malmsteen has talked about this a few times because of course he has his action fairly high, and also with the scalloped fret, so you can really get those bends and sustain those notes. So there you go, sustain. Okay, so muting. You know, playing Stevie Ray stuff, like right there, sort of that riff from Pride and Joy, you know, I'm playing the open E, but I'm hitting all the strings and muting all of the higher ones. Now this technique is so much easier with high action. So in order to do that technique, I've got to find that sweet spot where I'm not pressing too hard and fretting notes, and I'm not, you know, not pressing enough and getting open strings. So it's that fine amount of movement where you're getting the percussive thing going on. So of course the higher your action is, the more room you've got to do the muting thing. It's kind of, you know, I really struggle teaching this kind of thing because it's a really difficult thing to explain. But hopefully you guys get what I mean. Muting is so much easier when you've got higher action. Okay, so fourth and finally, tone is better. Kind of on a similar wavelength to sustain, the one I just mentioned, but kind of on a broader spectrum, whether you're playing some chords and you want them to ring out nicely, or single notes. Tone just tends to be better when the action isn't right on the deck. And of course there are exceptions here. I mean, if you've got an amazing guitar tech and you've got it all dialed in, then the low action thing can be great. But for me personally, and this is all this is just personal opinion, for me everything is better with the action high. Hope you enjoyed the lesson, guys, and I'll see you soon. Subscribe, come see me for some more videos. I post every week. Thanks again, guys. Bye.